Hello, I'm Holly Rader. Today we are going to be talking about PowerPoint and we'll be creating a new presentation. We'll begin today. Of course, I already have it open, but you would go down to the Start menu and find PowerPoint in your menu, click on it to open it. Now when it opens up, you're going to see a page that looks like this. From here, you can choose which kind of presentation or which project you're going to create, whether it's something you're going to open you've already been working on, or if you're starting with a new one. You have several options as far as your new projects. You can start with a blank presentation, or you can go with one of the themes that are already begun for you. You'll note down at the bottom there are several different. If my internet is working, okay. So you can click through the different headers here and find different templates of different ideas that are already created for you. All you have to do is go in and plug in your information. So just for an example, let's say we wanted to create this one. You would hit create, and it's going to open up. Let's see. Open up your page. Now you can go in, all you have to do is click on the words that are there and type in your own words there. You can go to the next one, and again, it already has, your first page created, so you can go ahead and enter the information, change it up. That's just an example of how to insert your own information into the template. Today, though, we are going to go back and create a blank file so that you get a better idea of how these work. Your first page, I guess the first thing we want to talk about is what kind of layout you see on your screen. As we add pages, you'll notice over here they're going to, as we add a slide, you'll see them listed down here, and you'll be able to click on the different ones and toggle between the slides as you work. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Word or some of the other Microsoft programs, they all kind of have the same outline or layout, I guess, on the screen. You've got your headings or tabs across the very top. And then this section is called the ribbon. So you have different sections here, and then you have kind of little expanders. So if you want to be able to see more of that, you'll be able to click on it, and that will open up. So let's just look through some of these to give you an idea. One of the best ways to learn is to go in when you're first starting a new program and click through all of the headings, all of the options, and see what they look like. You'll also notice as we're going through, as you're going through and you click on the different sections or the different options, you'll see those changes take place on your screen so that you can have an idea of what it's going to look like. One of your favorite buttons is going to be up here at the top. and it is the undo button. Because right now we haven't done anything, so there's nothing to undo. But you can undo, if you click on something you don't like, it's very simple just to undo. One thing to get out of the way, if you happen to click on this and you get lost because you're not on your presentation anymore, this little arrow will take you right back to the screen that we're working on. So, under the Home tab, we've got the clipboard where things that you paste that you're copying will show up to be able to use again. Things that you have either highlighted, selected, and copied, or Control-C copied. The next section of the ribbon is the slides, and that will be the different slides, font, paragraph, drawing. You'll be able to enter shapes and different effects, editing, and designer. Your designer is another area with ideas. You can scroll down through and look at some of the other ideas that there are. You can always click on see more. And these kind of give you an idea or give you different options to add to your page. Say we like that. We can click on that one, and then it automatically makes that your background or your theme. And we're going to go back to clear that out. Under the Insert tab, you have your slides, tables, images, illustrations, add-ins, links, comments, text, symbols, media. So like I said, just go through and click on these and look at the different options. Toggle through. And see all the different options that you'll have. We'll go through several of those today. Back to home. Okay, I had a little technical issue, but I believe we are good to go now. So, we're beginning our project, creating the PowerPoint presentation. Let's say the first thing we want to do is add a background to our page. We may want to use one of the themes that we've looked at, one of the templates, or perhaps we want to use our own photo. We're going to go to Insert, click on the tab, and go to Images to Pictures. The photo I have is saved on my computer, so I can go to choose the option where it is saved and find that, click on it, and here it goes. And I'm not sure if you're seeing the purple. For some reason, it looks like the photo has corrupted. I believe we can work that out. I'd like to draw your attention to the side of the page where the design tab is, and the design options now are reflecting the photo that I chose, my personal picture. So you can toggle or scroll through, scroll, and choose or see if you see one that you like with the ideas that they've given you. So we're going to go ahead and choose this one for the first one. Then it automatically creates the background image with the photo. So again, we're going to go in and we're going to head this, let's just call it photography. And again, my name is Holly Rader. So that's all that I wanted to use my first page. The next option you have is to create another page or choose how they go between. You can do this as you go or go back and change it at the end. You kind of have to learn your process and the order that you enjoy creating it. We're going to go ahead and go to transitions, skip on all the way over there. Now these will change the way that each page comes up. You'll notice there's several there, but then you can scroll down and see others. And remember what I said about clicking on them and being able to see. So it's going to give you a preview of what that would look like on your presentation. So you can go through those to see what you like. Let's see, find one you like, and then choose it. When you have that page the way that you want, or that slide, I apologize, we're going to go back to home, and we're going to say new slide. You can choose when you pick a new slide, you can choose a blank one, or you can pick one of these templates. So let's say we're going to choose this one, and we're going to make that heading see. Okay, so let's say I get into this and I decide that I don't quite like the way that this is laid out. I can go over here to layout and change the look of the whole page. You can go down through and choose the different one, whatever seems to work for you best. Now, when you type your photo or your words in, just like in Microsoft Word and other programs, you have the ability to change your fonts and the way that the writing looks, the color. So let's say we want to make this, I don't know, we're just going to change a couple of things. Make that nice and big and center it. And then down here, we're going to insert another photo. Again, from this device. And now, suddenly it's kind of taken over. So again, we can go over here and choose one of these themes. Or we can take and change the way it looks on our own. You can move the photo around. You can change the way that it looks on the page. Now notice that as I change the size of the picture, that it changes the quality of the picture. It makes it either like, so it changes the integrity of the photo. Again, trying to get couple of the extra things that have popped up on my screen gone. Okay. In order to save the integrity of the photo so that you're not changing like the width or the height of items in the photo, because obviously, you know, if I click here and just move it up and down, it's not the way that photo was supposed to look. So notice the arrows on the corners. It changes by the same degree when you drag. So you just click and drag with that, and it's the left click. You can also grab this little circle and twist it if you want a diagonal photo. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can also grab the boxes that the text is in and do some of the same. Now you can choose the preset numbers for sizing, or you can highlight, let's see, up here, and type in. Let's go back to insert. So perhaps we want to add a text box to identify some of the items. And if you want to move it, you have to just, oh, that's the whole wrong one. You have to just move your little cursor around until it changes to the 4 arrows. When it changes to that, then you can press your left click or your left mouse and drag it. Let's see. Now remember when we talked about the different things that you can do. Maybe you type this, and because of where it is, you realize that it's not very legible. So you may find that you want to change the colors, maybe white. Now, when you have this photo or this slide the way that you'd like it to look, then you can go again to transitions, to whichever one. Again, you can choose the one that you like. Now we're going to go back to home and new slide. This time we're just going to do a blank one. We can go to designer, but you see this time, because we haven't already used a photo, it's starting with a blank slate. It's not giving us any ideas, which is absolutely fine. You can create it all on your own. Let's go back to, let's see, design. And at this point, we have some other options. Got other themes. So I'm going to step into this, but then we're going to undo out just to show you. So if we click on this, you'll notice that our first slide still has the photo, but all the other slides, because the photo's in front of this background. But now, this background is here and it's not the one we want to use. So, like I said, anytime you find yourself in a situation that you've clicked on something you didn't want, you don't like the way it looks, just back yourself out of it with the undo and move ahead from there. Let's see. So we are going to go look at the draw. Here are some of the basic idea or some of the basic options are your drawing tools, where you can click on one of these and then you literally can just scribble along. And there's an eraser. So again, you can go back and forth. Let's see. The next section we're going to look at is animations. So in order to use the animations, you'll notice that all of the, or most of these words in the ribbon are gray. They're not bold, so they're not something that we can use at this moment. So we're going to go back to insert. We're going to add another photo. So let's see. And again, you can go through the designs and choose one that you like, or you can just go with the photo that you have. Once you have the photo on, you have, I guess before we hit animations, let's go ahead and talk about some of the photo options. You see picture format over here. It gives you the different options in the ribbon for picture format. You can change the edges under picture styles. Under adjust, this is where if the color, and I'm going to see if I can get the photo here. Not sure why we're getting that corrupted look. I'm not quite sure about that. Hope maybe that's only coming through on my screen. So notice also that when we're not clicked on it, your photo headline heading tab up there is not there, but when you click on the photo, it shows up. So go ahead and click on that. Under color, you can change the look of the photo, whether it's black and white. If you want to put it like an actual color, or a tinted a certain color, or the tone. You've got other options down here you can choose. Just go through and play with all of these. That's really the best way to learn. Just going through and experiment. Still, let's see. Not quite sure what's going on. with the photo looking corrupted. We are going to move on as well. See how, let's see, back over here. Appreciate everyone being patient with me today. This is often does. Things aren't quite going according to plan, but it will all work out. Okay. So you have options to do artistic effects. In addition to changing the color, you can give it a mosaic look. Or and then you can click at the bottom and have more options to change to. We are going to take off that mosaic look. Transparency. Now, if you have a photo like this and you want to use it, but it doesn't matter what color font you put in front of it, if you're or the text, it's going to be difficult to see. So you can actually go through and choose transparency so that when you do your text on the front, it's more easily seen. For instance, we did this and then went and got a text box. Hello. And so obviously that's a lot more easily seen. We'll go ahead and do another slide. And we're just putting a few here so that we can play with them. Insert photo. Gonna go find we'll stick my puppy in on this one. All right. So let's say we have a photo. Maybe we don't want that quite so large. And we want to do some other, another interesting effect with it. You can go to animations and go through these, and you can, again, click on them and you'll be able to see the look of the animation as you go through. So let's see. And it doesn't only work on photo. You can also go in and add a text box. And same idea with notice too, if you double click on it, you'll get a small little box here where you can also adjust. So we're going to click on that box, go to animations, and you get that same effect there. And I think I showed you that. Yeah, you can still go down through and get lots of, you might want to do custom, and this one's kind of weird. It's going to give you a draw. And all I'm doing is dragging the line. I'll left click and then drag, and left click and drag, and now it makes the words follow that point. Okay, so we'll leave that like that for the moment. We're going to go back to this page and choose the transition. And then this one, and we're going to choose a transition. I believe we can do both. All right. And I'm going to drag that over just a little. All right. Also notice as we added the transition, these little stars showed up. Now you can go to slideshow. And under the slideshow tab, you have the playing of the slideshow, and then you have setup controls, monitors, captions. So from slideshow, you can either start it from the beginning, or if you're somewhere down in your presentation and you want to just play from there, you can do from current slide. We're going to say from the beginning. So then you get to see, and you can click through. If you don't have it set to a certain time to go through, you can click through and see what it's going to look like. And this will give you an idea of what it'll look like. There it goes. What it would look like for your actual presentation. Let's see. And so again, when you get to the point, or when you have a project that you're creating, a new presentation, slide presentation, don't be afraid to go through and try the different options. Click on the different tabs, the different ribbons. Go ahead and play with the preview settings so that you can see the different options that you'll have. I thank you very much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.